What's up guys, this is Chronic Russian. Welcome to episode 62 of my FIFA 14 Road to Gold Around the World series. Welcome back guys. Last episode we finished off with the Austrian Bundesliga and now we're moving on to the Switzerland League or the Raiffeisen SL League. And there's some more better players in this league and hopefully I can do a lot better than last league because I didn't do too well at all with the Austrian Bundesliga, getting relegated. My main aim is just to get promoted and win the division. But so we're going to pick up Sommer, the FC Basel keeper there. Goalkeeper, the only decent keeper, well, not the only decent keeper, but the highest rated keeper there. Let's go and put in that spot. This was the weakest place for the players, the right back. Go and pick up another FC Basel player under the name of Degen. There just wasn't really any two phenomenal right backs to go and choose from. So that was probably the only solid one I could go and pick up. Looking on centre backs, there's quite a few to choose from. I believe I'm going to go for the what's he called? That Switzerland player, plays for young boys, and Affolter, 75 pace, decent amount of pace, picking up for a fairly cheap price as well. 75 pace, 71 heading, 68 defending, I think it was. Just an overall fairly decent player. Another FC Basel player under the name of Ivanov, 70 pace there, looks like an absolute tank at the back. Moving on to the left back, go and pick up Safari, a Swedish player. Picked him up with the powerhouse chemistry style without even realising, but maybe that will help. I'm not too sure on that one. But he's just fairly solid, pacey player. Go and look for Diaz here to go and put in the CDM role. Another Chile player, plays for FC Basel as well. Quite a few FC Basel players, or Basel, whatever you want to call it. Go and pick up a player called Salactic, plays for Grasshoppers. Just looks like an average CDM player you want to go and put in that spot. Decent work rates that suit well with that position. Moving on to the right mid, we're going to pick up Salah here. Seems like a fantastic player. Seems to have quite a bit of hype about him where he's going to be moving in the January transfer window. I believe Liverpool are going after him. Salah here, Egyptian right mid player. Scored the, let's say, the final blows against Chelsea in the Champions League, which wasn't the best. I was pretty annoyed about him, but he seems like a fairly solid player at the moment. Go and pick up Stocker, another goal player here. Had quite a few informs in FIFA 13. He's been slightly downgraded, I do believe. His pace is a bit lower, but he seems like an okay left mid player in this 4-2-3-1. I believe it's the second version. Going to look for a cam here. I was looking for the Tunisian FC Zurich player, Shakawi, in the centre attacking mid. Normally plays as a centre forward, sorry. Picked him up for 8,000 coins with the marksman chemistry style one. I think that would work quite well there in the centre attacking mid spot, sorry. And moving on to the final player of the our striker, another FC Basel player. Ivory Coast player, and he's going to be under the name of Xiao, I think it is Xiao. I believe I think he used to play in the Bundesliga, but I believe he is a 73 rated striker. And I'm trying to pick him up with the finisher chemistry style, but there's a bit of a glitching on going with the searches, but we eventually do, as you can see there, 73 rated, 88 pace, that's the pace you want, as well as the decent shooting, decent dribbling, and decent heading, an absolute solid striker with a bit of strength as well. So very, very good striker. Definitely recommend him up front, and him with the, I believe it was the finisher chemistry. I'm not too sure if I go and buy that, but I think that'd be fairly solid on him indeed. Moving on to the club items I do with every league. Go and pick up a badge as well as a kit, home and away kits. I would normally pick up a stadium as well, but I don't think any of the stadiums are actually available on the game. Go and pick up the FC Basel badge there. It looks like the nicest one I could pick up, and also looking for some of the kits here. I believe we pick up a very similar kit to the one we used in our Austrian Bundesliga, I think, off the top of my head. But go and pick that Young Boys home kit and go and put that on. I believe we go and pick up that. I was looking for that pink grasshopper kit. It was going for a bit too much, so I decided to go and look for a different choice. I was thinking maybe I could get a bit of a steal because obviously it's not that popular team. But as you can see there, I picked up a very, very similar colour style kit to the previous one I used, but still a fairly nice kit, and I thought I'd go and rock with it. So we'll go straight in, go and put on the bench before we get into the first game of this episode. Hopefully we can get to a good start and get some wins under our belt, and just try and get promoted as fast as possible, go and win the division, and quickly move on to the next leagues and try and get as close to Division 1 as we possibly can. I'm going to apply a contract card onto Safari here, and we're going to go straight into it. I believe I'm not too sure what division we're actually currently in, but we're not too far off the top, I do believe, so hopefully we can get there. We come against a French League 1 squad here. Very, very fast players at the back, and Sirigu, that's a very common back five, should I say, including the keeper. You see Norman with that French League One squad. Some very good players indeed, with the like of Nkulu, Sirigu, Thiago Silva's fairly cheap, as well as Mariano. But we're going to the 18th minute here, and Petropa here finds a nice pass into Alessandrini. And look at that for a fantastic finish from the French left wing to go and make that 1-0 there. Moving to the 36th minute here, and he's going to pass this ball around the back. And it's fairly hard to actually distinguish between the two kits. At first, when you saw them in the selection, it's fairly obvious. One's like all black, one's all yellow, but it's just fairly hard. And I believe that is Cavani there's going to go and make that 2-0 in the 39th minute with a very easy header to go and make that 1-0. Shakawi here going to go for a dribble run straight from kickoff, trying to get a goal as fast as possible. Gets around most of the players there, and he's going to get fortunate for that rebound forward to the path of Sal. He's going to make that 2-1 in the 47th minute. They're pretty happy we got that goal straight back. And I was still going for that other goal just to try and reduce that deficit to go and make it 1-1. Unfortunately, he goes and gets a shot and rebounds that into the path of Gomes there. He's going to go and make that 3-1, but that's what you get after going ultra attacking to try and get that goal that I desperately needed. As you can see, I had to double the amount of shots, and none of them were going in. Sirigu is an absolutely phenomenal keeper on this game, guys. I definitely recommend putting him in goal if you're looking for a keeper. Even if he doesn't fit in your team, he's absolutely solid. He's stupidly overpowered in that goalkeeping spot there. But we're going to go into the second game of this squad here and come against a BPL squad, some fairly fast players. Willian, Oscar, Victor Moses, Suarez, Eto up front. Wasn't looking too forward with the squad. Going to the 63rd minute here. God knows what was happening with that shot, lob, cross, whatever you want to call it. But he's going to pass it out with Gael Clichy here. He's got fairly fast players, but we somehow get that ball back in a very, very fast through ball. Rebound falls into the path of Sal, who's going to nod that in to go and make that 1-0 in the 66th minute. And that was the final score. We go and pick up a win, but as you can see, he had more possession and one more shot than me. And I was pretty lucky to go and actually get the full 3 points there, especially only scoring one kind of rebound goal. I wasn't providing too much pressure up front, and I was just happy we went out, held the clean sheet there, and actually went out and get the full 3 points. But guys, we're going to go and relist everyone on the market. That Mane guy I know is going to be an absolute hassle to sell, but hopefully we'll eventually sell him because he was about 50k. But guys, this is coming to the end of the episode, so if you like, so remember, click that like button, also subscribe, so stay tuned to the series. And if you've got any feedback, put that in the comments as well, guys. This has been Content Rush. Until next time, adios.